Hello everyone, welcome to Paulina's Kitchen Canada. My name is Violetta. I'm going to show you how I make my spring roll, which is made out of ground beef and vegetables. This recipe is much better than the one served at the restaurant, so stay with me until the end. Here are the things that I need. I have here a package of store-bought wrapper, a bowl of paste made out of flour and water, a brush, filling which I made earlier in a separate video. Please watch the previous video prior to this one. I need a table knife and a bigger spoon, a large tray, and a clean kitchen towel or plastic wrap. On a clean board or clean counter, open a package of frozen wrapper, defrost for 3 to 5 minutes. Take out one sheet at a time, starting from the corner, slowly prying out gently as the sheet is still frozen and fragile to work on. Otherwise, it could tear apart or develop holes on the sheet. I like to work on the dough or wrapper while still half frozen. That way, it does not dry out too quickly. Pull out about 3 to 5 pieces of sheets, then return the frozen wrapper in its own package to prevent from drying. Spread one sheet in a diagonal shape with one of the pointy corners towards your body. I like to brush paste all over the edges, just like this. Now take another sheet to overlap by 1 to 2 inches depending on how large you like to extend the wrapper. The reasoning for this is to double wrap and to extend the size if you want a bigger roll instead of a smaller one in one sheet. Brush paste all over the edges to ensure it's properly sealed after rolling. Now take a spoonful of the filling and drop it on the corner towards your body. You can add more if you want a bigger size of spring roll. I like more filling, which is the reason why I double wrap and overlap the sheet. Now take the knife and use the knife to press down, pack, and tighten the filling, just like this. Table knife is better than using your fingers. Now roll it 2 to 3 times, then tuck in the sides while applying the paste before folding towards the center. Now it is sealed like an envelope. We don't want any air pockets or any space inside the wrapper as much as possible. It has to be rolled tight. Place the roll on a large tray, cover with kitchen towel or plastic wrap. You can freeze these individually for 2 hours, then pack in a bag for future frying. Heat the pan with oil for about 300 to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. Drop the spring roll slowly into the hot oil in one level. Do not crowd the pan. Spoon over some hot oil all over the surfaces of the spring roll and move them around. This is important especially when frying cold or frozen spring rolls. There is a process called condensation when cold meets the hot oil. If you leave the spring roll floating, the half part is cold while the bottom part half is hot from the hot oil. Condensation develops and creates moisture. Then the wrapper gets soggy. Then liquid from the filling leaks out, creating a splatter of hot oil. We don't want this to happen. That's also one reason why I like to double wrap. I don't know about you, but when frying anything, I like to stand in front of the stove to watch, turn them over every now and then. As you can see, they don't fry evenly. That's why it's important to turn over and move them around as much as possible. Usually it takes about 10 to 15 minutes total frying time for one batch like this, depending on your stove. Gas stove is much quicker due to the steady heat of the flame, of course. I will tell you a story about how I made about 300 to 500 pieces of spring rolls at one time. It happened 19 years ago when I had to go for kidney transplant. I have decided then to create a fundraising to support my personal expenses when I go to the hospital in Vancouver for transplantation. You see, I live far away from the hospital that performs these kinds of surgeries. I thought, what kind of fundraising? I thought of making spring rolls to sell. I posted my ads at my family doctor's office, and luckily a car dealer's owner saw it, contacted me, and pledged to buy 300 pieces or more. I was very happy at the same time, thinking, how am I going to do it? I had to prepare ahead of time. Some of my friends came to help me with the rolling of the spring rolls. Then we store it in the fridge until the next day to fry. I was very tired and I don't have a lot of strength, so I made it anyway. My kitchen would be filled with spring rolls all over the counters and tables. So many trays of fried spring rolls, and that was a lot of work. It was very tiring for me, but I had strong determination that I can do it. Kidney failure is no fun. Anyway, I had the transplant in 2004, lasted 17 and a half years. I am currently on dialysis treatment at the moment while making spring rolls. Today I will make about 6 dozens. Someone ordered 2 dozens and the rest go to the freezer for my home consumption. I love spring rolls. I will freeze this individually on a tray, then pack them up and back in the freezer. You can reheat this in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes, 400 degrees Fahrenheit, or heat them up in a pan on the stove on low-medium heat until heated through. It will still be very crispy after heating. Everyone loves spring roll, and the best is homemade, where the filling is fresh and packed with protein and vegetables. You can eat them as a complete meal. Mind you, I have eaten a restaurant spring roll where the wrapper is crispy but not cooked inside. The technique is to watch the temperature, not too low and not too high. When the temperature is too high, the wrapper gets too brown quickly, but the inside wrapper is not cooked, especially when the wrapper is too thick. It is better to pre-cook the filling like I did in this recipe. Make sure to remove the bits and pieces out of the oil before it sticks to the spring roll. Also, you can do a double fry method if you like, but I find it more work and time consuming. If you have any questions about spring rolls, let me know in the comment section. Subscribe and give this recipe a big like. Click on the notification bell for newly updated videos. Thank you for your supporting this channel. Drain the spring rolls on a paper towel and cool on the rack before packing up. This spring roll is delicious, crispy, and not very oily, and the inside of the filling is fully cooked. Best homemade spring rolls and better than most served in the restaurant. If you follow all the techniques in this process, your next spring roll will be a success. Try it and let me know in the comment section. Thank you friends and everyone for watching until the end. Subscribe, like this video, turn on the notification bell, and don't forget to watch the previous video on how to make the filling. Until next time, eat well, live healthy, live long. Have a great day. Bye for now.